Small engine repair. As you can see, I got my fuel pump off my kohler, which is this fuel pump. I've been having a lot of problem with it. It not pumping or anything, letting the gas drain back. So today I am putting on a different kind of fuel pump. I know Terrell Fixes All did the same thing, but if y'all don't know, then I'm going to show you what I'm doing on this one. He did on a totally different engine, but it's still a kohler engine he did it on. It still works a little, but every once in a while I got to take the screws out of it, dry it out, and then it works. And I don't even do nothing. All I do is dry the thing out, and it works. So today I'm putting on this style fuel pump. Works off vacuum or pulsing. So here's the middle one here's for your pulse. This one I do believe is from the tank, and this one is to go to here for the fuel that on the metal line that runs over to your carburetor. This one I'm thinking about mounting somewhere up in here, or I mean basically you can mount this thing anywhere you want to as long as you got the line. I got fuel line, so I mean if you want to mount it close, you can mount it close. You want to mount it over here, you want to mount it up here, you want to mount it on the hood, I mean you can. But what I was going to do, this thing, I was going to take this, which is a metal plate that goes back here, and then that kohler fuel pump goes on it. See if I can get this thing set up here. It just sits like that. But I ran into one problem. If I did that, just use this, weld a washer on here, because I made this piece. I have a big thick stock of metal. Put some thread locker on it, try to help seal it. Probably gonna throw silicone around it. I threaded this. I drilled my holes for my bolts, as you can tell, and it's gonna mount right up there. So I'm just letting the thread sealer set up, because this one, I don't know if you can tell how thin it is, but the bolt won't tighten up enough to get it, and I really don't want to cut my bolt. So I just had some thick metal laying around, so I cut that, and it is big enough for what I need it for. It'll tighten up just fine. I need to get another gasket, which I recommend getting a gasket. I'm just going to clean this off, and I'm going to put some black silicone on here. Get it up here. I ain't going to tighten the bolts up. I'm just going to get them a little bit in there, and just holding this up against it just a little bit. And I'm going to let it set for about, I don't know, about an hour or so. Let the seal, you know, I mean, I'm going to kind of push it in and try to wiggle it around a little bit. That way everything gets sealed. And I'm going to let it set for a while, let the silicone set up. And then once the silicone sets up, I want to just snug it down. You ain't got to go super tight, just snug it. But, so yeah, I got this made. Like I said, I'm going to mount this somewhere. I'm going to run my gas line up to it. Run me a hose off of here to here. And then run me a hose from here to here. And then that way, should solve all my fuel issues with this one, because this, what is it color? Right there it is. This one, like you see, it's got fuel in it because it's dripping out, but it won't pump it. It just, there was this side, which is dry. And I mean, like I could sit here and mess with it sometimes, and I could get it to pump just by hand. Then as soon as I put it on there, it might pump for a little bit and then quit. I was outside mowing the yard, and I mowed about half the yard, and it quit pumping. Yeah, I'm just gonna clean this off. I'll probably spray some brake clean on this rag. Just clean this up a little bit. And shouldn't be no oil get in the tube here. It works off pulse. As your goes up, it creates a vacuum. As your piston goes up, it creates a vacuum in here, and as it comes back, it creates pressure. And them two working together is what works this style fuel pump. I think I paid like I think the pipe nipple and the fuel pump itself up here where I live at, I paid like 20 some dollars for it, like almost 30 bucks. So I mean, they can get pretty pricey. You can get them offline off eBay. I've seen them for like I think I've seen these on eBay, just the little Chinese aftermarket ones for like I think I found some for like $6. I mean, that ain't too bad, but I'm done with Chinese aftermarket. I'm done with the Kohler fuel pump. I've had both of them, and I ain't had nothing but trouble with them, because, like I said, I gotta keep on taking them apart, clean them, put them back on. Then they pump over to the carburetor, and then I might get my yard mowed halfway, or I might finally get to mow it all, and then next time I go out there, like the next week to mow, and nothing. I gotta spray some carb clean in the carburetor. Sometimes it'll start pumping again, and sometimes I'll have to push it in here in the garage, get my tools, take it back off. And I've done this since last year, and I finally, this year, I just like, you know what, I'm tired of it. I'm just changing it out completely. So yeah, so I just want to give y'all an update on that. I ain't really been doing much. I built a picnic table and a birdhouse. That's basically the only thing I've been doing. I'm working on my neighbor's FS55. FS55R, that's what it is. The carburetor was bad. I replaced the gasket in between the carburetor and the spacer. Then kept on having real high idle. Had a big air leak. So I was like, what was causing that air leak? So here's the gasket in between the spacer and the engine. This side, pretty good, except right in there. And this side, that's how much is gone out of it. So it's pretty significant loss in there. So had to order another one. Of course, I got my grinders, and there's that big thick piece of steel I cut that plate from. But yeah, though, so my wife was getting ready to break down and go try to get me a new lawnmower because this one keeps breaking down. But yeah, I'm gonna go find my silicone. I just used it. I forgot where I put it, but I'm gonna go get my silicone and put on here, and I might get some silicone and rub it right around in here just to help seal. And then if it don't seal it, I can just get the welder and just buzz around it, and then it'll be permanent. But like I said, I got some Loctite on there to hopefully help seal it. I just put blue. I could have put red, but blue's the first one I grabbed. It's medium strength, and the red's high strength. So, but yeah, I'll probably, I want to continue this video, but I'm gonna go get my stuff ready and put it all together, and then I'll be back. Okay, I know it's zip tied. I ain't figured out exactly where I want it at right now, but that'll work. But I got my plate tightened. I put silicone around that pipe fitting, or a little fitting there. Got my vacuum line. I need to probably heat that up, let more vacuum through. But I got my fuel line ran to the metal pipe. It runs over there. Got my fuel line to the, this is the fuel line that goes to the carburetor. This is the fuel line from the tank. And yeah, so I'm probably gonna change that air filter this year. I changed it out, I think, last year. Yeah, I done had it running, and let's see here. Turn it off. But yeah, it works. So now I ain't got to worry about everything. Now I can actually go mow my yard and not have to worry about anything. See, that metal pipe comes down and goes over the carburetor. Now I can mow my yard without worrying about if this thing's gonna run, is it not gonna run. So now it's got me a vacuum pump, So yeah, so that will conclude putting Briggs and Stratton fuel pump on a, well, you can see right here, Kohler Command 15 horsepower. So yeah, so I mean, y'all have a good day.